everyone, it's me again, Hayes, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's vlog, I will share a brief video on how to apply for your 189 visa or your skilled migration independent PR visa once you've got invited on your UI. So congratulations. So here we go. So this is actually quite long if I will discuss each page slide. That's same as what I did with the EOI. So if you have any questions, actually just need to comment down below. Otherwise, I'll just be showing most of the slides and then you'll just read that through. So once you log in your EI and receive the email that you've been invited for apply for this specific visa, then there will be an apply visa button. So that button will direct you to your email account. So you need to have that one, and then we'll start from there. So once you log in your email account, we'll ask you, of course, to confirm your terms and conditions, and then you will go to this page. So this page will tell your EOI number, your date of when you apply for the EOI, and then your invitation ID, when it was when are you invited, and expiry date. So there's only 90 days, I think, for you. Oh, sorry. That's wrong. 60 days for you to apply or lodge your visa. So you make sure you comply that date, or you apply before that expiration date. And then it'll say the subclass, and then it will say which ANSCO code you are invited into. So the points that you've claimed in will be there, and there will be a breakdown for it. For instance, in this one, the age, the English evidence, assurance, employment experience, the overseas one, the education, and the partner one. So make sure everything that that's listed there, you have evidence to provide for it, or it's really correct, or else they might refuse your application, or you won't be able to actually apply for that specific invitation. So yep, so it will say if there will be changes. If not, then you just put no. Well, I would advise always that it should be no. All right, then you will just need to put your current location, and then you move on to the next one. And next will be your contact details, and so just fill in your details there, and then the next page will ask you to double check it. So make sure it's all correct, because that will appear in your visa grant. Next page will ask you if you have a spouse or de facto or partner that is part of your application. Just tick yes, otherwise put no. Next page will ask you for any migrating family members. So this is your immediate family, so just put all your details in. Then of course they will ask you to verify that all the details are correct, and then you'll click next. Alright, so the next page will ask you your current location, your current address, your mobile number, email address, and if you're offshore, which state you prefer to stay in Australia. Then you click next. Details, and then the following page will ask you if you're applying it for yourself or you have a migration agent. So this is all DIY, so you just tick no, and then we'll move on to the next page. We'll ask you if you have any more family members that you're not including in the application. So it depends on your answer. And then next page will be your address history for all of you, and then your travel history thereafter. For nurses, the next page, or the 15 out of 20, will be for your skills assessment. So make sure it's valid upon application or upon launchment. So I would advise not to apply for an EOI unless you have it on hand. So yeah, so you just need to fill in the details. So the reference number will be in your LOD, and then if you claim for partner skills, then you put yes, otherwise you put no, and then move on. So the next page will be about all your education, so your BSN, and then if you've studied here, if you claim your study requirement as well, then you fill that in as well. If not, then no. And then also you need to fill in the education details of your partner or your children, and then afterwards move on to the next one, which is the employment history. So you list all the employment history that you put in your EOI, especially the one you're claiming for, and then you just need to fill out the details and you move on to the next one. Alright, so I missed to screenshot this page. Sorry. So this is how it goes. So this one will ask you if you have been employed to the same occupation as your nominated occupation before the invitation. So just tick yes if you're working as an RN, and then of course it will say like how many years you have experience for the last 10 years that you're claiming, if you have any Australian experience as well, and then the professional year, if it's not applicable to you, you haven't done any PhD in Australia, so just put no. Of course, our main language is Tagalog, and if you have studied in tertiary institutions, you just need to put your details there, and of course your language skills. So you just need to put what English tests you have taken, and then I just put your scores in. And if you have a partner or spouse, they would be required to submit a functional English test or at least a medium instruction for their diploma. Otherwise, they could opt to take PT or any other English test to meet the requirement, or else it's going to be a hassle because it will delay application. So just make sure you have that handy as well. And that's it. We'll move on to the next one. Afterwards, you're almost finished. You'll move to the character declaration. So you just need to tick yes or no, and then same as true with the declaration. Then you'll need to review and go to the documents. So as I'm always saying, the documents that you need to upload, they really varies on what answers did you put on the application or you've claimed for the EOI. So for this one, of course, you need to provide evidence for your birth, like birth certificate or your ID if you have a photo ID in Australia. And of course, you need to have your English test, depends on what your score is, so it should be valid as well. So you need to upload that. Overseas qualification if you've claimed for that, so COEs, pay slip, anything that's related to that occupation, to that work, you need to provide evidence on that. Your skills assessments, your LOD is enough for it. Travel documents such as all the stamps of your passport. Work experience in Australia, if you've claimed for that, then you need to get a statement of service from your work. If you have contracts, so anything related to that. Your work experience overseas, the same thing. What else? So character history depends on your answer. If you live more than 12 months for that specific country since you turned 16 or for the last 10 years, I think, then for here she needs to submit for New Zealand and Australia, because I think it's just the last 10 years, so you don't need Philippines anymore if you haven't lived there for a while. And otherwise you need to submit an NVI as well. Yep, so facial image is just a copy of your passport photo. So you just tick the question mark button if you're not sure about it. Otherwise, you just comment down below if you have any questions. And yep, so you can still edit this one, as I've said before in my EOI blog. If you've missed anything, if you want to read through again your answers, if you want to correct anything or you add, then you can just do that until you lodge the application. So now I think it's to lodge in 189. Before it's 4,045. I think they increased it now, so I think it's 4,400 or something. I will have a look and put it in the blog. Otherwise, if you're happy to do it DIY, then I did myself, so it's actually quite successful, I think, because I already have my visa a few months ago. So yeah, so it's really up to you. Most of the agencies will actually ask you to pay about, depends on how many people are you in, so it could be 1,000, it could be 4,000 as well. So if you can do it yourself, I would advise to do it yourself if you're not complicated. I mean, depends on the case. If it's a complicated case, then I might as well have an agent to do it for you. But otherwise, if not, then that should be enough for you to say that you can do it yourself. But yeah, so you just need to go through the documents, and then you don't need to notarize it or certify it unless it's specific, it says so. And I think that's it, and congratulations if this will be successful, and I wish you all the best, and I hope you get your permanent residency soon as well. And that's it from me. Thank you so much, and please like, share, and subscribe, and have a good day. Bye guys.